How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about Jadon Sancho because Borussia Dortmund have said that he is going nowhere. Next piece of news involves Liverpool because they've made their first summer signing. And the last piece of news involves Arsenal because they have set a price on Matteo Guendouzi with PSG interested in the midfielder.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right. So the first place we're going to start was that news that broke yesterday about Jadon Sancho. And it seems to be a never-ending saga. And this seems to be one of those transfers that is just dragging on and on. A week or so ago, he was near enough a Manchester United player. Judging by reports, there was just a few small details to be sorted out. But it was pretty much done and dusted. But now it doesn't look like he may be going anywhere. Now, in a recent interview, the sporting director to Borussia Dortmund, Michael Zorc, has said that Jadon Sancho is going nowhere. It goes on to say that the England international, who is valued by his club at £108 million, has travelled with Dortmund squad for their pre-season training camp in Switzerland. Dortmund previously indicated they wanted a deal completed by the time they headed out for that camp to give them sufficient time to purchase a replacement. And Zorc has appeared to confirm Sancho will be staying at the club for the 2020-21 campaign. We plan on having Jadon Sancho in our team this season. The decision is final. I think that answers all of our questions. Last summer we adjusted Jadon's salary to match that of his development and performances. So in context, we had already extended his contract until 2023 back then. That's a very, very interesting statement that they basically, added to his contract without anybody knowing, apart from, themselves and Jadon Sancho, obviously. But he's made it very, very clear that he's going nowhere. And, it's the words that he uses. The decision is final. I think that answers all of our questions. Now, what I will say is that, Zorc has had a habit of doing this before. He said the exact same thing with Ousmane Dembele. And then he left to Barcelona. Granted, he, did go on strike and there was a lot of problems. And I think they were just glad to get rid of him, to be honest, at that point. And they got what they wanted as well. And then Aubameyang, when he was being linked with a move to Arsenal, they were saying, no truth in it, he will stay until the summer, and his camp know all about that and they understand. And then he moved. So is this Borussia Dortmund quite simply calling Manchester United's bluff? Are they trying to hurry them along a little bit because Manchester United don't really want to pay the asking price, or they want to pay in installments and everything else because they haven't got the money up front, given the situation with the coronavirus crisis and everything else? But it's a really, really interesting development. I do still feel that Jadon Sancho will be a Manchester United player soon. But listening to that, it doesn't look great. And unless Manchester United pull their finger out and actually go and, give Borussia Dortmund what they want and start actually negotiating properly, then I think this one will drag out. And Dortmund, they hold all the cards. He's got a contract till 2023. 3 years left on it. They don't need to sell right now. If he ends up staying for another year, has a kind of season that he's done, then by next season, it won't just be Manchester United in the mix. Now, the price will probably have gone down despite him having a great season. Or on the flip of that, he could have a poor season. So, it's one of them ones, man. But Borussia Dortmund, they hold all the cards, like I said. And, they don't mind having to wait another year or so. And the money that they're getting for the players they're selling is just absolutely ridiculous when you pull it into context of how much they paid for them. So, we'll have to keep an eye on this one and find out what actually happens. But at the moment, Jadon Sancho is not going to be a Manchester United player. And Borussia Dortmund have made that very, very clear. Now, next piece of news involves Liverpool. And they've made their first summer signing. And we was talking, a few days ago about them looking at the Norwich City left back as being a potential target and backup to Andy Robertson. But Liverpool have completed the signing of left back Kostas Tsimikas from Olympiacos on a long-term contract. He goes on to say that I'm very happy, I'm very proud to be here. For me, it's the biggest club in the world. It's an honour to be here and I will give my best. Tsimikas told Liverpool.com. The league here I like a lot. I watch it on the TV and it was always one dream I had, that when I was a kid to come play in this league and to come through. With a lot of work and focus on what I can do and what the coach wants. And every day working hard in training, I can be on the highest level. I want to achieve our goals to win the league again and to also win the Champions League. So yeah, this is a bit of an interesting one, and I've only seen him once, and that was, obviously when Arsenal played against Olympiacos. Let's not talk about the result, but I do remember Pepe giving him an absolute torrid time. But he is a good player. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt with that. But I don't know an awful lot about him, just from those little moments I've seen of him. It's a bit of a strange one as well, though, because you're coming into Liverpool as left back. You are not going to be first choice left back at Liverpool. It's Andy Robertson, and it's as simple as that. And unless Robertson picks up an injury or he dips in form alarmingly, then I can't really see where this guy will get many minutes, to be quite honest with you. I really can't. FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Can't see him playing in the Champions League unless it's a game where, they've already qualified out the group stages or something. Nah, not for me. But listen, if you know a lot about him, let me know. Could he actually contest that starting spot at Liverpool? Or is this just quite simply a backup? Let me know. Last piece of news involves Matteo Guendouzi. And Arsenal will demand £40 million for Matteo Guendouzi after Paris Saint-Germain reportedly entered the race for the midfielder. The fiery Frenchman has been training away from the Gunners' first team after falling out with boss Mikel Arteta last month. The 21-year-old infuriated his manager after he embroiled in a scuffle with Neil Maupay following the club's 2-1 defeat to Brighton on June the 20th. The pair reportedly clashed again in a mid-season training camp in Dubai, and Guendouzi seems set to leave this summer. According to Football London, Arsenal have set a £40 million price tag on the French ace after PSG joined the race for his signature. The reports add that the Liga 1 champions have kept tabs on Guendouzi's progress since he left their youth ranks to join Lorient in 2014. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I think maybe before COVID, you probably would have got around about that kind of price for Guendouzi. When you think we got nearly £40 million for Iwobi. So it's not, silly to think we would have kind of got that kind of money for Guendouzi. But since COVID, I'm not too sure. And given the situation as well, and I think clubs know as well that Arsenal want to get rid of him, kind of weakens our hand in many respects. In an ideal world, we'll be able to swap him for somebody that we want. PSG have got a ton of players that I would love, but there's no way they're going to swap them for Guendouzi. I'd take Mbappe all day long. Anyone would. But that's never going to happen, is it? But yeah, it's a strange one. I just hope this gets sorted out pretty quick and, we can move on from this saga. And of course, like I was saying in the report there as well, he was actually on the books at PSG once before as a youngster, before he left to go to Lorient in 2014. So it's been 6 years since he, was at PSG, and it seems a logical one. A French boy played in the academy at PSG, and could he be going back home? But we will wait and see, because Arsenal won't budge on this one, I feel. And it's either pay what we want or swap with somebody we want. And we will wait and see in due course as to what happens. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. This Guendouzi one, how much do you think he's worth, if not £40 million? If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.